President Obama last week announced a compromise saying, hey, you know what? We had already exempted religious institutions from the requirement to not charge anything extra to women to carry contraception in their health care coverage. So normally all employers cannot charge women extra. That's generally a good thing. Most people agree with that. And then President Obama went out of his way originally to exempt religious institutions like churches, et cetera. But they did not exempt Catholic hospitals, universities, et cetera. Now, last week in the compromise, they said, okay, we're exempting those guys too. The way that it works is that women will not have to pay any extra, but their health care will cover it because it turns out it's cheaper for the health care insurance companies to provide contraception than to provide the bills if a child is born. So everybody's a winner. It's a compromise that makes sense. I was frustrated at the idea that he would compromise with the Republicans again, but it was a good, solid compromise in my opinion. Now, first of all, did it appease the Republicans? Well, let's go to Mitch McConnell, the leader of the Republicans in the Senate. Clip 2.
The fact that the White House thinks this is about contraception is the whole problem. It's about freedom of religion. It's right there in the First Amendment. You can't miss it. Right there in the very first amendment to our Constitution. And the government doesn't get to decide for religious people what their religious beliefs are. They get to decide that. And so when the bishops spoke, I think that's pretty good evidence that they know what their own religious beliefs are. And this compromise obviously was unacceptable to them.
No, but wait a minute. They're totally exempt. They don't have to pay a nickel into contraception. So what's their continuing problem with it? Their problem isn't that you're interfering with their religion. It's the exact opposite. Their problem is that you're not allowing them to interfere with other people's religion and other people's beliefs. Because what the Catholic leaders now want, now that their original proposal and complaint has been totally met, they don't have to put a nickel into contraception in anything. Their churches, their hospitals, their colleges, et cetera, right? Their new complaint is, well, I don't want anybody to get contraception. I want you to be able to have to pay extra if you're a woman to get contraception because I don't believe in contraception. My religious beliefs don't support contraception. So anybody else, I want you to charge women extra because of my religious beliefs. And now Mitch McConnell, of course, turns that on its head and saying, oh my God, President Obama is interfering with people's religious beliefs. Nonsense. That's what the Republicans want to do. They want to make sure that they can deny women, as many women as possible of contraception. He says, oh, it's not a contraception issue. Oh, right. It's a religious liberty issue. No, it's a religious Taliban issue, where these guys are the American Taliban and they want to impose their beliefs on contraception on the rest of us and make sure women have to pay extra if they're going to get it at all and hope that women can't afford it and don't get it. Mitch McConnell continues.
Are you willing to go as far as Senator Blunt now wants to go and just write in legislation that would ban any group that had just a, quote, moral objection, not just a religious group, but just any group that had a moral objection to that? Would you be willing to push that in the Senate?
Yeah, if we end up having to try to overcome the president's opposition by legislation, of course, I'd be happy to support it and intend to support it. It will be difficult as long as the president is rigid in his view that he gets to decide what somebody else's religion is.
Nonsense. So, did you understand that? He said, I don't just want religious institutions exempted, which was their original request. Whenever you meet a Republican request, they double down. They said, no, I want more. Now they're saying anybody can come off the street and say, oh yeah, I'd like to deny women contraception too. It's my religious belief. Okay, that's it. Let's go. IBM could do it. ExxonMobil could do it. Your local grocer can do it. Anybody can do it now. So that they're going to get all the conservatives in the country to say, no, that's it. Deny women contraception. Ha ha. We want a general exemption that who cares about whether it's a religious institution or not. We just want to discriminate against women. Let us do it. That is our principles. Well, it is your principles. And it is what the great majority of the country does not agree with. Another poll out now. Again, same numbers, 57% of Catholics, 59% of Catholic women, by the way, even a larger number, saying, we like this compromise. It gets us the contraception. It doesn't violate anybody's religious beliefs. It doesn't violate the religious principles of our church, etc. Let's go with it. But no, the Republicans are never satisfied. So are you going to let it go? Mitch McConnell said, quote, this issue will not go away until the administration simply backs down. But they did back down. But it's never enough for the Republicans. Never enough. No, more. And then they say it's not about contraception. My ass, it isn't about contraception. That's exactly what it's about. The Republicans want to take that away from women as much as possible. Have at it, Hoss. Look, President Obama, this is where, if he doesn't draw a line here and he backs down again to them, it'll be the most maddening thing I have ever seen. But I don't suspect he's going to. I don't think he's that politically unintelligent. This compromise is fine, okay? I'm not saying anything about this compromise when it comes to President Obama. And my guess is that he will stick with it. If he doesn't stick with it, it's the worst of the worst, because he's got him exactly where he wants him. Now, the Republicans look so bad because they're against contraception, which 99% of women use. Go get them, hammer them.